Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel Tutor Things. During this video, we are going to see C Sharp interfaces. As we discussed in the previous video related to abstraction concept, we have told you data abstraction can also achieved by using the interfaces also. The same thing which we data abstraction kind of thing we can do either with the abstraction class and also with the interfaces. So this is another way to achieve data abstraction C Sharp, that is interfaces. Basically, an interface is completely like just like similar to abstract class we have in the seen in the previous video. So which can only contain abstract methods and properties which is having empty bodies. There is no body for such methods. So that kind of thing will be seen in the abstract class. The same abstract class we call here it is called as the interface. So by using interface keyword, we'll create a class then that is called as an interface. This is not just a class, that is an interface which is having then empty methods and empty properties like that. So you can see the example here. So this is an interface which is a name of the interface is an animal. So we'll have some methods which is having no body, just declaring that method itself just an interface method. So doesn't have a body, just void and name of the method, and just void name of the method run. So this is also an interface method. So interface is an animal, we'll have two methods, that's an interface method animal sound and run. So this is an example of interface. So this is same just like an abstract class. It is considered a good practice to start with a little I at the beginning of an interface. So it makes us easier to understand that it is not a class but an interface. So we have to use this I animal, so that will be understand like this is an interface. Even if you are using interface keyword, it is better practice to use I letter at the beginning of the name of the interface, like I animal likewise. So by default, members of the interface are abstract and public. You can see this is an abstract method, this is an abstract method, and it is available. The access modifier of this is publicly available. So these are the two defaultly the members of the interface will have these things, like it's an abstract and public methods or abstract or public properties likewise. So interfaces can contain properties and methods but not fields. Like properties and methods will be there, but fields will not present in these interfaces because there is no definition for the fields or like body, like no such kind of thing. So fields will not present in interfaces. So now see how to access this interface method, because this is not having any body and we can't able to create object for this interface. So how to access this methods, you will get a question mark for that. So for that what we have to do is we have to implement this interface. Say like how we are having derived class, like inheritance concept when you are dealing with abstract class and abstract methods. So in case of inheritance, what we have to do is like in case of interface, you have to implement that interface. This is just like opposite other concept of inheritance, such kind of thing. So inheritance we are deriving that from the base class to the derived class. Now in the case of interface such concept, you have to implement that interface to access the methods which are present in the interface. It is just like kind of inheritance kind of concept only, just implement by using the other class. The interface is one kind of thing, we have to implement this interface by using another class. Like how we are doing in the case of inheritance, we are inheriting base class by using the derived class. The same will happen with the implementation of interface also. So implementing an interface, we have to use the symbol, which how just like how we are using in the case of inheritance concept, we have to use this symbol. But here the body of interference method will provide as implement class. So implement class we have to do. So no, what is the thing which you have to remember is here we don't need to use this override class, just how we are doing that in the inheritance concept. So no need to have to use this override keyword when you are implementing an interface. It will directly call that interface method itself, it will call that thing and it will override the implementation class only by default. No need to use this override keyword by using this interface concept. Here you can see the we told you now I name at the beginning of the name we can use, so that you can understand this is not a class but it is an interface which has a method without body. So interface method is there without body and doesn't have a body, and now we have implemented. This is not inheritance, like implementation. In case of interface, if you are implementing that, we have to tell that pig implements the I interface class. This kind of wording will be different, but the whatever we are doing is similar to the that inheritance concept, but here wording will be different. We call this as implements the I interface interface, but not a class. So I interface we are implementing by using pig class. Here class keyword will be there. Pick class which is implements. Here we call it as implements interface I animal. So now we have methods like animal sound, same name. The body of animal sound is provided here, which is having the pig says boo boo. VV. So now we have a program class where we have a main method, and here we are creating an object for the implements class. So we can't create an object for the interface, right? So like, just like abstract class, how we can't able to create like that. So now we can't create this iAnimal class object, but we can able to create this pick class. So which is implements the iAnimal interface also. So we can call that methods also. So my pick dot main animal sound, so that will implements here the body of that animal sound is here, so it will say the pig says boo boo, so the output will comes like the expected one like this, which is printing this console string. So this is all about interface, like we don't have a body for the interface methods, so we can't create an object for that. So for that we have to implement that by using any class, another class. So implement symbol is this colon, and next we have to implement that body also. So whatever the we have just declared this method that we have to implement here, so whenever we call that method, the implementation of this method will got executed. So this is all about interface concept in C sharp. So what the other thing which we can do is we can have multiple interfaces also. So before going to multiple interfaces, the points which you have to understand in interfaces we are going to see now. So like in abstract classes interface cannot be create objects, like same you can't create object of I animal here. So now next point which you have to understand is interface method don't have a body, the body is provided by the implement class. So you can see here, so void animal is not having a body, that is implements in the implement class only, we have to declare that body. So that thing we have to remember. Next, on implementation of an interface, you must override all its methods. So whatever the methods which are present here, that everything we have to implement here, so that that can override that functionality, which is an empty body that will override with this functionalities. So no need of using override keyword, but every function which you have mentioned in the interface, that method you have to implement in the implements class. You don't have to miss any of the method, so you have to implement all the override methods there. So next, interfaces can contain properties and methods but not field or variables, as we told, right? So only methods and properties we can write in interface, but we can't write property like fields, we can't write. Okay. Next, interface members by default will be abstract, and you can see this abstract because of public you can able to access this method in any other program, because program is an other class, but you are accessing that because of this is a public method, and also abstract method because you can't create abstract kind of thing, there is no such body kind of thing. So by default these interface methods are abstract and public. So next, an interface cannot contain a constructor as it cannot be used to create objects. So yes, constructor, the purpose of constructor is what? So without creating object also we can access the constructor, right? So here we are not able to create an object of interface, then how come the constructor will be available in interface? So concept of a constructor will not be available in case of interfaces. There is no such constructor for an interface. Cannot be contain an interface cannot contain an constructor. So these points you have to remember while you are dealing with interfaces. So why and when we use interface means to provide security purpose only. Like data abstraction is the kind of thing to provide security. So data abstraction can be achieved by other way called as interface kind of thing instead of inheritance polymorphism. So we can achieve that by using these interfaces to hide certain information, to show certain information like that. So C sharp supports doesn't suppose multiple inheritance, like one class inherits two base derived class will inherit two base classes. Such concept is not present, but however it can be achieved by using interfaces, like one class can be implemented in different forms, like you can have multiple interfaces separated by the comma. Let's see this multiple interfaces concept. So you can't have this multiple inheritance, but you will have multiple interfaces. Like you can implement multiple interfaces separated with a comma. See, here we have the first interface, which is having my method as an abstract method and public method. So this is an interface, I first interface. So second interface is there, I second interface. So these are the two interfaces like we have. Now what we are doing is we are implementing these two interfaces at a time by using this separating by a comma. This syntax you have to understand, like how normal colon will be there to implement the symbol, implement symbol, and next we have to mention two interfaces at a time to have multiple interfaces. This concept is called. So now what we are doing, we are implementing that methods which are present in both the interfaces. So in main method we are implementing which is present in first interface, and second interface we have my another method that is also we are implementing in this demo class, which is an implemented class. So here we have to implement all the methods which are present in two interfaces. So this is called multiple interface. If you want to create an object for this derived class, which is a demo class, we have to create an object and we can call any of the methods so that you will get the desired outputs. This is the concept of multiple interface. So you can't do multiple inheritance because you can't inherit two methods as a base. You can't consider two methods as a base class. Two classes as a base class. You can't write this comma. Such kind of concept is not present. Multiple inheritance. But if you want to implement two kind of things by by creating an object of the same demo class, we can do such kind of thing by using this implements, multiple interference implementation of multiple interference you can do. You can see the output, some text is there and some other text is there. So by using the mind method we'll get this output, and by using the my another method you will get this output. So like this you can implement two interfaces at a time by using the one implement class, which is the demo class here. So this is all about multiple interference. So multiple inheritance you can't do, but the same concept you can do by using multiple interference. So this is all about C sharp interface. So I hope you have understood. This is main advantage of this interface is to provide security. To achieve data abstraction, we'll go for this interfaces kind of concept. Similar to abstract class only. This only thing which differs is we no need to use this override keyword in our derived or implements methods. Likewise, it will automatically overrides that method which is present in the interface interface method. So this is all about interface. Hope you have understood and enjoyed this video. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up below, and share these videos to your friends and colleagues who are at learning stage of C sharp and OOPS concepts. These videos will definitely help them. We have already made videos on C sharp, other kind of web tutorials like HTML, C sharp, and SS, styles, CSS, and JavaScript, and jQuery, Angular, Azure, all these concepts. Check out my playlist. You will understand each and every concept in detail by watching our videos. So subscribe and click the bell icon so that you will never miss any update from us. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.